One hit and one run in 6 consecutive games. Comes out of a family full of excellent athletes. His uncle Terry Shumpert played for the Red Sox during a 14-year major league career, and his cousin George Wilson was a 9-year NFL safety. And now John Farrell upset.
About what?
He's been thrown out of the game.
What in the world is he upset about?
Well, he's upset at Bill Miller for the strike zone tonight.
But out of nowhere, what the strike to Holt? Just when, where?
Strike to Mookie Betts, I think, triggered this.
Okay, hello.
So John Farrell has been run by the home plate ump Bill Miller.
Wow.
Second game in a row, a member of the Red Sox has been thrown out.
Strike one to Mookie Betts, and I'm out of here.
Base hit left field. Corey Patterson's throw to the plate is offline. Tag safe. Upward. John Roush. He gets tossed, arguing right there, and now he comes back in and almost knocks John Farrell over. And Roush is livid. Here's the throw from Patterson. Aaron Seavey does a good job of diving back toward home plate, but you can see Utley beat the tag at home. And now, after the call, there's the slide across home plate. Aaron Seavey had tagged him, but it appeared late, and here comes John Roush. Questionable calls on Ryan Howard, and then the call at the plate, and Roush lost it. Farrell was headed out to argue the play at the plate with Marquez, but before he could get there, Roush was ejected. Marquez, and you can see Farrell is leaving, and he's just got something to say, and I don't blame him. And Marquez is going to walk over, and then he throws him. Tom Farrell continued the argument, and he has been thrown out and continues to get in the face of Alfonso Marquez.
Side of the diamond, if he can shoot one through there. The 2-2 coming, and in there for strike 3. He strikes out for the 3rd time today. He thought it was up and out of the strike zone.
That ball was up. That was more of a hanging breaking ball. Was not the pitch that Skaggs was trying to throw.
And now John Farrell coming out, make sure Dustin Pedroia stays in the contest as he separates. Oh, now John Farrell has been tossed out, and Dustin Pedroia is going to walk away. So Gabe Morales has heard enough, and he has thrown out the Red Sox manager.
He heard enough quickly, didn't he?
And it didn't take long.
John Farrell maybe looking for a way to fire up his team a little bit in a scoreless game halfway through a rough road trip so far.
Joe West urging him to leave the diamond. So Dustin Pedroia gets rung up for the 3rd time today. He stays in, but John Farrell will head for his office. I think you're right. There's a lot to that. Trying to get his team fired up a little bit here.
Safe. Now, John Farrell saw the same replays up on the Jumbotron here that you saw at home, and he just got tossed out. And this is basically an automatic ejection. If you argue a play that's been under video review, you get tossed out. And John Farrell's probably more upset about the call that didn't go his way yesterday than the one that went against him here tonight.
Yeah, when we were talking to him today, you can tell how frustrated he was, and with the fact that they didn't have the right replays, and so they couldn't overturn the call. Yeah, that's a lot of frustration right there. You know,
As that pitch to Holt, in between innings, the chirping came from the Red Sox dugout. John Farrell and the umpire Timmons told him to stop. You know, just stop right now. Stop right now. And they kept going, so he threw him out of the game. Farrell came out, argued for a good couple of minutes. Timmons didn't say very much. He'd already tossed him out of the ball game.
Snyder lifts it in the air to left center. Fuld will move over and get himself ready for a throw. Makes the catch. Nava's coming plateward. The throw will be in time. They got him. Peralta gets out of the jam as Nava thought he got in. John Farrell out to argue. And the Red Sox trail by a run at the end of 8. Tough to tell at first look how well Molina blocked the plate as Farrell will be ejected. So John Farrell ejected from this game. We head for the 9th inning. And it's tough to tell whether or not Molina was able to adequately block the plate, as it appeared Nava got there first.
Well, we'll take another look at the replay as we go to break. Does the foot get in?
Sure looks like it did.
It sure looked like it did on that replay.
Not been a great hitter in this category. But he drives one to left field deep and far, and there's his first grand slam of his career. This one has changed quite a bit due to the overturned call at second base, and John Farrell is incensed. A grand slam has the Astros on top 6-0, and a direct effect for the Astros here in a big way. Instead of being out of the inning, they now lead it 6-0.
Yeah, the walk leads to Altuve, and Altuve leads to 4 runs. And out comes Farrell now.
Just got ejected. Eddings ejected him from behind first base. I understand his displeasure. Third ejection of the season for John Farrell. And he's waiting for Jim Joyce, the crew chief, to arrive. He's on his way. See what he just said? He asked if it was a neighborhood play, and Jim Joyce basically said, I told him it was not the neighborhood play. So he agrees with you, Jerry, that it was not the same thing.
Yeah, and that's only argument Farrell has right there, because I mean the play was evident, it was clear. And what John Farrell is arguing is the fact that, you know, can you review that or can't you review it? And he feels very strongly they could not review it. And he's been thrown out of the ball game.
And he'll take the walk. Comes with one. Wow. Bill Miller with a delayed call. Looked like he was off the plate. Laurie was headed to first.
Yeah, it fooled all of us. Watch where this ball ends up. It looked like a fastball away. Set down to first base, and it's going to be called back. This one will really show if it got any of the plate. Nope.
And now he calls him out. And Laurie threw him out, and then the helmet, and that's going to cost Brett Laurie. And now they've got to get Laurie and get him back in the dugout.
Change up. It looked high and possibly outside. Brett Laurie can't believe it. Then he gets thrown out. That's the one that might cost him right there. Throwing the helmet and bouncing it off the umpire. Watch if it is it high, and it looks like it's too high.
Looked like it was high and outside. And that's going to cost Brett Laurie. He threw his equipment. And there goes John Farrell, and he wasn't going to leave till he got tossed. Two outs, Colby Erasmus. Bouncing ball, Pena backs up on it, Rodney's at first, and the game is over. And now, unfortunately, the fans have become involved, and that should never be the case.
No.
And here the umpires are headed for their locker room, and then somebody threw something from the stands. You can see Bill Miller pointed who it was, and I'm sure that person will be handled appropriately.
Napoli still barking out, and Titchener takes his mask off, and it's going to be John Farrell, I think, who got tossed. Bill said something back to Titchener, and then he chased him. I'm not sure if it was Napoli or Farrell. I think it was Farrell who got tossed.
Well, we saw Napoli yelling and screaming.
Oh, it was Napoli, and now Farrell's been tossed.
Yeah. Now here's the strikeout, and if you believe the Amica pitch zone, it's a strike. Now it looks down on the way to Napoli. He's not happy about it. Pedroia wasn't happy earlier. There he's yelling out something. We know what it is. We can't say it on TV. That got the attention of the umpire, and then Napoli gets thrown out from the dugout, and then you knew Farrell was going to go.
To begin the at-bat, they may change it up. Look out, and Ortiz gets hit in the back. And they are going to send out warnings to both sides. Interesting with the fastball there.
Well, you know, it's interesting because the umpires are right on top of things. You know, they immediately, because of the history, put warnings to both sides. And do I think that was intentional? No, I don't.
Really? I thought Gomes may get it, but I'm not surprised that Ortiz does as he heads down to first. And John Farrell not happy at all. Now his pitcher has been warned, and Farrell may have already been ejected. I would guess, based on all that he is saying now, that he was. So John Farrell apparently done for the night. Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief, coming over to get him.
I guess the question I have, you know, is You've gone through 3 batters. You got 2 quick outs with a strikeout. If you were going to try to get somebody, why wouldn't you get the 3rd guy? Why would you wait for Ortiz, lefty against lefty?
Only because he is viewed as the star.
Okay.
You're a big star of the team. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
I can buy that. I can buy that. But
he's the guy. If there's one guy that's going to beat you over the years, it's this guy.
But he had no involvement in what was going on down in Tampa Bay.
But sometimes you get hit because of stuff other guys do.
Exactly.
Hit for Victorinos, who takes over for him in right. And Garcia sends one right out to Nava to deep right field, back onto the track to make the catch. Ball is dropped out there. They're going to say that he didn't catch it. With his second leadoff double goes Garcia, and Nava is racing in to dispute this, and Farrell racing out of the dugout. They're saying he dropped it on the transfer, and they're saying he didn't. So we'll see here. Let's get a better look, but they are vehemently arguing that it was on the transfer. We'll see. It did appear to have it, I thought.
Almost looked like it hit the heel, and was it rolling up his forearm? I don't know. It looks like everybody's going to confer here.
Umpires getting together. Ted Barrett is the crew chief. Get another look here. Say that it is a double as the umpires have gotten together and Farrell is fired up. Well, John Farrell's going to get his 2 cents now.
As well he should. This is a big part of the ball game, especially leading off the 9th inning on a, to get a double, a 2-base error, whatever it is. Geez, to get a runner in scoring position like that in a tight ball game that both sides have fought so hard to win.
First time John Farrell has been ejected this season. Mike Jamiro, the second base umpire, makes that call.
And they've called a balk on a bod that will bring home Maben. He's not sure why. Neither is John Farrell or Dustin Pedroia.
The hitter can't cause a balk from the pitcher, so I don't know. They're meeting here, and we'll see what becomes of this.
John Farrell walks over, so apparently the call will not be reversed. And John is arguing his case.
Emphatically, too. He is not happy.
And John's getting hot.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, Bill Miller, the crew chief, has thrown John Farrell out of this game. This is a good one.
I love the manager arguments.
As that man, Phil Cuzzy, tossed John Farrell out of the ball game. His second ejection of the season, disputing that called 3rd strike.
It's not like he was showing him up or in his face or anything like that. That's, I think that's totally wrong.
So that was the discussion after he was run, just as Price was going out to begin his warm-up tosses. And here's the pitch in question.
It's, it's a borderline pitch.
The postseason game's got to be careful. John Farrell's been thrown out.
Did he go? No, says Larry Vanover.
And right now you can see Farrell.
Farrell's been ejected.
Yep.
Larry Vanover had heard enough. Told John Farrell as much, and now Farrell's going to get his 2 cents in after being ejected.
Now this has been long overdue. I mean, this has been something that we thought was going to happen for the last few games because things have been at a boiling point.
And right now for John Farrell, things are boiling over.
You see Vanover letting Farrell have his say, then Vanover comes back with something, and I mean, I don't know how long this can go on. He's already been thrown out of the game, so just walk away. And that's what he does now. Here's the swing or non-swing, whatever, from Suriaco. They ask at first base. They say he doesn't go. The yelling in the dugout. Can't tell you what John's saying, but you're well aware.
I didn't say anything, Jerry.
You didn't get tossed.
No, John Farrell did. Torey Lovullo will take the card from him.